everyone. Here we are again. Are you ready? Yes, Christmas is just around the corner. Yes, if you haven't already guessed. Christmas. Christmas is here, everyone. I hope you are having a good time. It is the day before Christmas, of course, Christmas Eve. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hello.
Here we are. Here we go again. It's another English addict, but a slightly different one today because we are here live on Christmas Eve. Tomorrow, the special day. Lots of children and lots of grown-up children as well, because I don't think you are ever too old to enjoy Christmas, to be honest. Whatever your age, you can have fun at this time of year. For some, it's the only time of year that we have any fun, including us, to be honest. So that's the reason why we are here celebrating the lovely festive time with you. So this is Mr. Steve, for those who don't know.
Hello.
And I am Mr. Duncan. Hello. I hope you are having a super duper time today. So we are here today, and yes, Christmas has definitely arrived. Don't forget, tomorrow, Christmas Day, we are with you as well. Goodness knows, we still don't quite know what is going to happen, to be honest.
Well, I've got a bone to pick with you, Mr. Duncan, because you just said the only time we have fun is at Christmas. We have fun every Sunday.
Well, this is true, yes.
Every Sunday with you wonderful viewers that have been with us all year and for many years, some of you. And we have fun every Sunday.
I never know.
Mind you, it's not Sunday today, it's Saturday.
It is Saturday today.
But you know what I mean.
But it is Sunday tomorrow. It always gets confusing at this time of year because we never know what day it is. There is always that strange period of time between Christmas and the New Year. So that strange moment of time always seems like, well, it's confusing, let's just say. So it is Saturday. It's the 24th of December, Christmas Eve.
And so many of you watching us today. It's absolutely wonderful. Zuzika says a lovely comment. This is a nice place to be indeed.
It is good.
I hope you mean on the live stream.
Well,
I'm sure you do.
I hope we can make your Christmas a little brighter. If you are there watching right now, thank you very much. I wonder who was first. Who is going to get a special Christmas round of applause for today? Oh, it's Beatrice again. I have a feeling.
Those buttons.
I have a feeling that Beatrice might be the new champion of the finger clicking. I think so. Congratulations.
What's your secret?
Congratulations, Beatrice. Yes, of course, it wouldn't be Christmas without the gay elves having a little kiss there. Stop it.
Well, they don't have to be gay, do they, Mr. Duncan? Can they just be sort of, I don't know, some indeterminate sexuality?
No, they're definitely gay.
I don't think people want to watch that, Mr. Duncan, on Christmas Eve.
Stop it. Stop it, you
two. Not
two.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Just in the spirit of the religious tone.
Oh, don't worry about it.
We wish to
they're off again. Stop it. Look, I'm going to have to throw some cold water.
I don't think you can tell what sex those are.
Okay, you keep saying that, Steve. No, the two men. The two gay elves.
No, can't see anything.
What?
They've got no male parts whatsoever.
Don't look at their danglies.
Well, they haven't got anything, so I think they could be asexual.
Okay, all right.
Any sex.
Yeah, but they are gay.
I don't think so, Mr. Duncan. I think we've got people watching us of all different. I'm only joking, Mr. Duncan. I'm just having a conversation.
Yeah, it's not very funny though.
Well, that's not for you to judge. It's for the viewers to
Was-
judge. This very, very irritating, this tinsel around my neck. Ooh, it's irritating.
As you can see, Mr. Steve is really getting into the festive spirit.
Ah.
He's complaining about the hat being too hot. He's complaining about the itchy tinsel. And I can't begin to tell you what else he's been complaining about. All sorts of things.
Beatrice says, we both look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. I must say, it all came together very, very quickly. I've been so busy, Mr. Duncan, so busy doing my usual pre-Christmas clean
Yes.
around the house.
I don't know why.
One of us have got to do it. Yes, and so yes, I've been cleaning the bathroom, the bedrooms, hoovering the stairs, just cleaning it. I like to have a big clean. It's taken me days.
I wanted to have a poo. And Mr. Steve was cleaning the bathroom.
Yes.
So I had to hold it all in.
And now it's dirty again.
I never got a chance to use it, unfortunately.
So does that mean I've got to clean the other bathroom now?
I know at this time of year we normally have a Yule log, but this is taking it too far.
Oh, Mr. Duncan, the jokes are coming thick and fast.
Is that your best fake laugh?
It's a real laugh, Mr.
What's it?
Laugh. I say laugh. Mr. Duncan says laugh. Either are correct, but one is, let's just say, a little more refined. People are going to leave this channel if you keep doing that, Mr. Duncan.
I don't know, they're just happy.
So, are you prepared for Christmas? Have you wrapped all your presents for your loved ones? Have you got the turkey ready? Assuming you are. I mean, we're assuming you are celebrating Christmas. Of course, many of you probably won't be. We have to, take notice of the fact that not everybody celebrates Christmas.
Oh, we know that. So if you're not celebrating Christmas, you are still welcome to join us here on the live chat.
Of course, because Christmas isn't just about religious overtones. It's also about having fun and giving presents to your loved ones.
Yes.
Relaxing from a year of work.
So you heard that from Steve.
Having a little drink, indulging in some food, and just relaxing, having a laugh, chilling out, and just enjoying yourself, really. That's what
it.
Christmas is about to most people.
So remember,
these days.
next time somebody says that Christmas is too religious, you can say it isn't. And Mr. Steve told me that.
Oh, look, Palmyra. Hello, Palmyra.
Hello.
Is having some Porto wine this evening. Well, Lewis will be pleased about that.
Sadly, we have no wine or anything in front of us.
We have some Porto wine ourselves, Mr. Duncan.
Well, we do have it, but we're not drinking it at the moment.
Well, not now, but we will be, I'm sure, over Christmas. I'm getting ahead of myself, Mr. Duncan. It's still Christmas.
Happy Easter.
But it's nice with some cheese and biscuits, isn't it, Porto wine? It seems to go very well because it's sort of sweetish and it goes very well with cheese.
Is it sweetish?
Yes, it's sweetish. Means it's a little sweeter than normal red wine, a little stronger. And it seems a bit like port itself, which we like here in the UK. It goes very well with cheese, Stilton and port. So it's a traditional Christmas combo.
Okay.
Short for combination, two things. My father always used to have a glass of port and some Stilton cheese.
Wasn't it a bottle of
Christmas.
port?
And whiskey.
Yes, I think he would just go into the nearest cupboard and find all the alcohol and then drink it.
It was the only thing that would get him through having to spend lots of time with his family.
Or any weekend.
Or any weekend, yes, exactly, yes.
That's it.
Well, many people do that, of course, don't they?
Can I say hello to the live chat? Lots of people here already. Olga has a complaint.
Complaint?
Mr. Duncan, your background is making me feel sick. Are you sure it's not the foreground?
Yes.
That's making you feel sick? Well, yeah, I spent ages today making this background. Okay, do you want me to stop it? All right, then, I'll turn it off. I don't know how, though.
What does it mean, wheel bar, says Olga. Wheel bar? Did we say wheel bar? What did we say? We must have said a word that sounds like wheelbar.
Oh.
I can't remember what it was now.
I'm still there, Steve. I'm still trying to do something technical. I can't get it to. It stops, but then it starts again. Okay, I can't change that.
We're trying to create a festive mood.
I went to so much trouble to make this background.
Is it making anybody? It's not making me sick. Is it making anybody else sick?
It's moving very slowly. You can always close your eyes and just listen to us.
Yeah, that might be. That might. It's moving, says Olga. Background is nice, says Mosen. Mistyping. So, what did you mean, Olga? Which word did you mean that one of us must have said that you would like us to explain the meaning of?
Of what?
I don't know, because Olga's written it, but it doesn't quite. Yeah, the word doesn't quite translate as to what we've said. So
Magdalena wants Santa Claus to bring a wheelbarrow so she can do the work in the garden. Talking of which, that reminds me, Steve, can we say a big thank you? You know what I'm going to say. Thank you very much to those who have sent lovely donations. Look at this. Thank you very much to Luis Mendez, or should I say, Luis Mendez, Hiroko Tani, and also Magdalena Prokesova. Thank you very much for your lovely donations for my Christmas gift at Christmas time, of course. And yes, if you want to make a donation, you can over the next couple of days. We are with you today, and also on Christmas Day, we are live as well. So thank you once again to Luis, Hiroko and Magdalena for your lovely, lovely Christmas donations. Very nice.
yes, Olga, if you want to redo the word, we retype the word, we will tell you what it means. After all, this is an English teaching channel, so
Yes.
I feel as though we should explain things like that to you.
But everything today is going to be very light. Talking of which, we are going to show you our Christmas cards. We have the special camera set up as we do every single year, the Christmas card camera. So here it is. Can you see it? There it is, just next to us. So there it is. The Christmas card camera is ready.
Is that your hand there?
Well, no, that's not my hand, Steve. That's an illusion.
Is that your live hand, Mr. Duncan? You need to, if it's your live hand, put 2 fingers out now. There we go. That's just proving to everybody.
Can I put 1 finger out?
As long as you don't point it upwards, we'll be all right, Mr. Duncan.
Can I? Oh, here we go. Anyway, so we have some unopened cards as well.
Unopened cards.
So this is really, really exciting because we have cards that we haven't even opened yet.
That's a strange one. That must be from a neighbour.
Do you think so?
That must be from a neighbour because...
Are you telling us that we still have neighbours who want to speak to us?
I mean, it sounds almost unbelievable. I can't believe that anybody would want to send us a card from around here, but...
So when anyone sends a card, that's what it looks like. Mr. Steve always comes first. So whenever anybody ever writes a letter to us or anything, they always put Mr. Steve first.
Well, you know, in England, the most handsome and attractive person is always mentioned first on a Christmas card. That's that. I'm joking, of course.
You wish.
So has that come this morning, Mr. Duncan?
I don't know. Well, it was in the pile of Christmas cards. Shall we have a look now then?
Go on.
Let's do it. Let's have a look.
Come on then, open it up, Mr. Duncan. Does this mean I've got to write, because I've only sent a Christmas card to one neighbour?
Of course, this might be from one of my admirers as well in the area.
True.
I have a lot of people around here who want to get close to me.
Oh, yes.
They're only human.
Olga says, be careful, it might be personal.
Oh.
I would guess that is from... Well, I know who it won't be from.
Okay.
I think it's from the neighbours with the dog. Mind you, that doesn't narrow it down very much, does it?
No, it doesn't really for anyone, including...
Right.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look first before we open it.
No, we're going to do it. No, this is it, you see. We're going to do it.
We're taking a big risk here.
Taking a big risk. So we haven't seen this card yet.
So that's nice. It's a lovely... Well, it looks like our door because we've got a red door.
It's a traditional Christmas scene with a lovely red door, and you can see that it says Merry Christmas.
If it's the neighbours I think they are, we nearly ran them over yesterday.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look.
Who's that from? Stephen Duncan from Laverleen. Who's Laverleen?
That looks like Steve and Caroline.
Steve and who are Steve? Oh, that's
it
our
work?
new neighbours next door.
Oh, yes, of course. We have new neighbours, of course.
Yes.
The baker next door.
That's it.
He is a baker.
Well, how lovely.
So isn't that lovely? To Steve and Duncan from Steve and Caroline. So, yes, we do have a Steve living next door to us as well.
Well, we have done that live. We're not joking. So they wouldn't have known that we had a red door.
No.
And so, unless they did, I mean...
Well, they might have noticed. All you have to do is come round to the
Right,
house.
I've got to write a card out for them later, Mr. Duncan, and whiz it round there.
Yes, that's it.
Very quickly. Let's keep that one over here just to remind me, Mr. Duncan.
Because you will forget.
So I've got to go out to a neighbour. I'm going to give her some chocolates.
Okay, this sounds like something for later. Maybe.
Well, it's me that'll do it, of course.
Well, of course.
So I'll put that on the floor. What a lovely card. Who's it by? This is what I like to look at.
Just to show how observant our viewers are, Steve, already someone has said, it looks as if Mr. Steve does all the jobs.
That is true. You are right.
In the house.
You are right. Well, you do put the washing in the dishwasher sometimes,
well, yes,
don't you?
I put the dishes in the dishwasher. I do. I wash Mr. Steve's dirty underpants.
Sometimes.
And they get very dirty.
So this card, even though it's very nice, obviously is from a box. There's nothing on here. They're not obviously bothered about charities.
What do you mean it's from a box?
Well, it's a lovely card. It's a thought that counts. The thought that counts. But I like to judge people.
I don't even know what you mean.
I like to judge people by the quality of their Christmas cards. You know this, Mr. Duncan.
I want to know what you mean. What do you mean it's from a box?
Well, it's just from it's just out of a box of 25 or something.
Yes. Well, people don't. You do realise that no one goes around buying individual Christmas cards unless they're crazy.
But what I mean is, there are levels of quality, are there not, Mr. Duncan, when it comes to Christmas cards?
Anyway,
it's lovely to have one.
Can we not alienate off?
I'm joking.
Okay. I'm trying to talk, Steve.
Well, I'm...
Just wait there a sec. I'm just trying to say something.
Lovely card.
Can we carry on?
Note to self.
We have another one. Steve, there's another one. Another card. So we've done one, and we have another one here. Another one that came through the door. So I think this is also from another neighbour.
Let me guess.
Can I say the writing is very nice? Whoever it is, they have very lovely...
It's a woman's writing.
Lovely handwriting there.
It's a woman's writing, I can always tell. It's very rounded.
Yes. Okay, let's hope.
I'm not being judgmental here, but that is not a man's writing.
Okay.
Not that matters, but it just shows you that probably it's the women who are writing the cards out for the neighbours in the relationship, not the man.
You seem to be analysing everyone's relationships.
Just based on the Christmas card.
Including ours.
Right, we're opening this one live.
Let's open this one, yes. This is what we're doing today. It's the day before Christmas. Everyone is excited.
I think this would be Adrian.
What do you think? What do you think Santa Claus is going to buy for you? Is there anything that you want from Santa Claus? Because he's going to come down your chimney tonight and empty his sack.
Okay.
Chance to be a fine thing.
What's that?
Wait there, Steve. just.
We are opening these live. We're not.
Okay, there it is. So there is the next one.
Oh dear, it's a cat.
Okay, that's all right. It's just a
no,
cat.
we don't like cats. They kill birds.
Okay, yes.
Sorry, but I'm being Christmas Scrooge today.
Yeah, you are. Although you are pretty much Scrooge every day of the year. Yes. Here we go then. Merry Christmas, it says. It's a little cat, and it looks as if it wants to eat the Christmas pudding.
No, it doesn't want to eat the Christmas pudding. What it's seen, what we can't see, is that beyond that Christmas pudding in the field of view of that cat is a bird, and that's what it's really looking at, and that's what it's going to go after.
Okay.
That's what happened a few minutes after that picture was taken.
Okay. So maybe there is a bird inside the Christmas pudding. Maybe there's a little blackbird or something, or a tiny sparrow.
Olga says here that next year is the year of the cat.
It is. In the Chinese calendar, it is the year of the pussy.
Well,
So maybe that's why they've given it, you see. Maybe our neighbours are actually quite intellectual.
have we got Chinese neighbours?
No, but... No, oh, anyway.
I know, I'm just joking.
Yes,
Just joking.
it is hilarious.
Very
Here we
sweet
go.
card. Who is it from? Betty and Paul. Well, that didn't come through the door.
Well, I don't know. It was just in a pile of cards, Steve. So, to Steve and Duncan, wishing you both a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year with love and best wishes from Betty and Paul. So these are your former work colleagues.
Yes, but you must have found that on the
Well,
on the table in the living room.
Yes, there was just a pile of cards.
Oh, right, that's
and I
it.
grabbed
There we
them. I didn't do anything special.
So the one that came from Steve and Caroline, where did you find that one?
I don't know. They were just all together. I don't know why this is so difficult. They were all together in a pile.
Oh, in that case, Steve and Caroline are also my work colleagues. They're not
Our neighbours.
our neighbours.
Okay.
I thought you found them. They thought they'd been posted through the door.
Is anyone still watching?
Well, no, I thought they'd been posted. So that's a good job, Mr. Duncan. I was going to go around and post a card to neighbours that they weren't even from them.
Yeah, that would have been, oh my God, what a disaster. That would have been Christmas ruined. So there it is. Isn't that lovely? I like the cat, though. It looks quite cute.
No,
And
they're murderers.
don't forget, a lot of people like cats. You know, you could start to alienate and push our viewers away. We don't want that on Christmas Eve.
No cats.
So now we have some cards that we have opened, and they are safe to look at. Oh, wait there a second. What's this? We have a gift here. So this looks like a gift. Steve, a gift.
Oh, I know who that's from.
Look at that. Well, yes, I didn't say you didn't. Look at this.
I think that's probably to be opened.
And this is also from Caroline. That looks like Caroline, yes.
That's Caroline. That's an ex-work colleague of mine.
Oh, so maybe this is something that is maybe disgusting or maybe naughty.
No, I don't think so. It's probably, I don't know what that is actually. I've no idea.
Okay.
But we'll open that on Christmas Day, shall we?
Oh, okay then.
Well, we can open it now.
No.
I think it's a present, you see.
So now we have some cards that we have opened. I like this one, Steve. Steve, keep an eye on the
Yeah.
screen.
I'm just looking at the live chat.
That's okay. Don't
There we
worry.
go. That's all right. No cats on that one.
Isn't that lovely?
That's very nice. Yeah.
So who is that from? This is from, I will tell you now, this is from one of our neighbours that used to live next to us. Well, we used to live next to them, and then we moved away from them. So, isn't that lovely? And they still remember us, even though we moved away 10 years ago. Can you believe that, Steve? They still send a lovely card.
That's not all they send.
They normally send also some details of what's happening in their life.
They do.
Something called a round robin. Many people, apparently, I was watching something on television last night, Steve, and apparently a lot of people used to send round robins years ago. So lots of people would send updates on everything that's happened in their life over the year. Apparently it used to be traditional, but very few people do it. So this...
Yes, I know why that is.
Why?
Well, because people stay in touch more now, don't they? You know, in days gone by, then maybe you wouldn't, because you wouldn't have had mobile phones, you wouldn't have had social media like Facebook. So you would have probably maybe not heard from certain people for 1 year to the next. So you would, in your Christmas card, you used to write lots of details about what's happened to you over the year, your family. Oh, I had a new child. My dog died, that sort of thing. And you would just give people an update. But now, of course, people are constantly updating their lives. They're sending texts. Phone calls are cheap, as I say, social media. But this particular person still sends us, in fact, it was something like 3 sheets or something, wasn't it?
No, it was just one
like an A4
It was
double
just
page.
2 sides of an A4 piece of paper, but lots of details of their year.
Lots of details of the year, none of which were particularly interesting. But
You
Because
know,
we don't really know them that well.
well,
So what happens is that they send it to everybody,
They
like
were-
a blanket mailing, as they
were,
call it.
Yes, okay. Well, they were our neighbours, by the way, for 15 years.
I know, but they're talking about people in there, but we didn't really get involved with them socially. We just say, hello, how are you? Yeah, bye.
He didn't.
Well, we didn't really get involved with
I
them.
know. I'm just joking,
And so
Steve.
they send us this. It's what they also call a blanket mailing. So what they do is anyone they send a Christmas card to, they send this out.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of people's names mentioned in this that we've no idea who they are. I mean, it's not. I suppose it's nice to get it.
Yes. But it's a thing that people used to do all the time just to keep everyone up to date.
But as-
I think it's actually quite nice.
But
to
as
be
you
honest.
pointed out, they don't hold anything back.
Well, no, that's the point of it.
So they literally tell us all the medical problems that
Yes.
various relatives of theirs have got. Blah, 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 had cancer, blah, 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 has had a stroke,
Blah, blah, blah. What
You know,
a strange name.
I know, but they're telling us details of people we don't even know and then telling us in quite intimate detail what's wrong with them, which I think is slightly strange. Again, nice to have, but, I wouldn't send out, I just think it's a little unusual to send something out to everybody telling you what your nearest and dearest, what's wrong with them.
Well, don't
But
forget.
then-
But then what?
But then, sometimes it's better, you don't want to keep secrets, it's better just to tell people everything sometimes. So maybe they're doing the right thing. Maybe it's somehow releasing this from their consciousness. Maybe I'm looking too deeply into it, Mr. Duncan.
I just think you're being really miserable.
Mosen
it's
says-
lovely. It's a lovely thing that people still think of us.
It is. We shouldn't. Santa Claus, where Mosen lives, is called Papa Noel.
That's it.
Papa Noel.
Papa Noel. Noel, of course, is the traditional word for Christmas, the Noel. Peace on earth
Well,
and joy to all men.
I know a friend in the UK, Betty, who in fact sent us a card. Did we open Betty's card? You might have opened Betty's card. She calls her husband Papa G. So why, I don't know. Papa G, she calls her, maybe, I don't know, is it father something. So yeah, Papa
Yeah.
Noel.
Well, so now we're giving information about people you don't know about.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
It's the irony of it. So some more cards, Steve. And all I've got to say to this is Jesus Christ is on this card.
Oh, look at that.
Isn't that lovely?
Yes.
So there you can see that. Now this is the traditional nativity. So the nativity scene with, you can see there is Mary in the centre, and also there is, it looks like the three kings are bringing their gifts. All of them, of course, completely useless to a baby. And I think there is Joseph as well. I think Joseph is on the right.
Even though he wasn't the father, he's still there.
well, he's still a happy dad.
He's bringing up the child, although he wasn't the father.
When you
That's
when you
interesting.
think about it, it's quite a modern thing.
A very modern
'Cause
thing, yes.
There are lots of women who are having mysterious pregnancies.
Yeah.
that are suddenly wondering how they got pregnant. But even though they really know how they got pregnant, they know what happened. It was that Friday night at the back of the pub.
Mm.
Yes. So the nativity scene.
Especially when the baby comes out a different colour.
Who's this?
Who's that from?
What? I hope nobody heard you say that then. Not the easiest of Christmas time. Our thoughts will be with you. And this is from David, who is your cousin.
That's right, yes.
Cousin. So this is, again, to Stephen and Duncan. So Steve always comes first on the card. So that is lovely.
Because I'm the oldest. That's what it is. You normally put the oldest person first on the card, unless you are writing to Mr. and Mrs. If you're writing to a married couple, then you will put the man's name will come first.
Yes.
But when it comes to Christmas cards, I think they put my name down because, well, I'm the most important. No, I'm only joking. It's because
We know that.
I'm the eldest. So that's probably what people do.
Yeah.
Although when I write Christmas cards out to people, which is interesting,
Is it?
normally you write the name of the person that you know best for. There aren't any rules really, but some people would say they would write the girl's name first. Let you think about that. The girl's name. Some people put, so if it's Betty and Paul, you would say to Betty and Paul. But then if I knew Paul better than Betty, I would probably put Paul and Betty. There aren't any rules really. But normally, if you know both couples equally and it's a male and female relationship, you would probably tend to put the woman's name first, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Mr. Duncan? Would you agree?
Maybe.
Because it just seems polite. It's like opening a door for a lady. Not that you can do that anymore because it's seen as misogynist,
So
probably.
what if you're opening a door and there's a man and a woman coming towards you? Would you insist that the woman goes first? Would you say, excuse me, mate, there's a woman behind you. She has to come through the door first. Do you mind?
In modern society now, you can't open a door for a woman because you will be accused of being misogynist, which is somebody who doesn't like women or somehow being, women don't like to be treated, unless it's somebody, I would say, over the age of 50 who probably still would appreciate that.
How can opening a door for a woman be misogynistic?
Because you're implying that they're too weak to open the door themselves.
No,
I mean, men always used to open doors for women, didn't they?
No one does that. No one thinks that.
But I think, well, no, it's people. Some women have complained; they don't like it. I've had people look at me as much as say, "Why are you opening that door for me?" So I just slam it in women's faces now.
Well, that's
what I do.
Well, that's because it's you.
I deliberately wait and then let it go so it slams in their face, and then I can't be. No, I'm only joking. Obviously, I don't. But in this modern world, you've got to be very careful what you do and say. Just in case you upset somebody.
Well, you have. You've got to be very careful.
Victoria says, I'm surprised now waiters don't serve women first anymore. Yes, I've noticed that.
Have you? Well, you've never noticed it because you're not a woman.
Well, I've noticed when I've been in it. That happened to us the other day.
Did it?
When we went out, yes. They always used to serve women first, but they don't anymore. Well, equality.
Wait there a second. No, I can tell you why. Because they don't always bring the meals in the right order. So maybe if one person wanted chicken and that person is a man and the chicken is the first meal to arrive at the table, then of course they're not going to give it to the woman because she didn't order chicken. The man ordered chicken.
I know, but they'd normally bring the woman's meal first. Tomek says that, hello Tomek, that as long as I'm around, chivalry won't die out.
Yes, I like that.
Yes, that's good. So
some good old-fashioned chivalry.
That's right.
Chivalry.
Yes, Olga says, I appreciate if a door is opened for me.
Yes, that's very good. Yes, I know, I like that. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I still do. I think, I do it for anyone, a man or a woman.
Yes, I think so.
The more attractive they are, the more likely I am to open the door for them.
Well, that's just typical of you, isn't it?
Hello. No, too ugly, slam, attractive, all come through. Here's my number. I'm joking, of course. I'm joking.
It's your comic delivery that makes us all realise.
Hello from Kazakhstan. Sorry, we can't read your name. I can't because I can't read it. That's Cyrillic, Mr. Duncan. Probably. But best wishes for 2023 and best wishes to you too.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Some more cards, Steve.
Some more cards. Yes.
Okay. I recognise this. I think this is Santa Claus getting very close to the camera. So this is what happens when Santa Claus sometimes is doing his FaceTime. He forgets that he's got his camera pointed down. I don't know why he would have his camera pointed downwards. Maybe he's been on some other website. But there it is, a lovely card. I think this is very nice. It says, Season's Greetings. So this is another way of saying Merry Christmas, isn't it?
And the season, yes, that's right. The season being the Christmas season, the festive season, rather. Festive season, we call this, because of the festivities, which is parties, celebration. So we call this the festive season, normally sort of a week before Christmas to just into the new year. Basically, before when you go back to work, it stops. So the festive season, would you say, normally probably starts today and ends on New Year's Day?
Yes, well, it's over Christmas.
Over Christmas, that's right.
Stephen Duncan, happy Christmas, love from Emma and John.
Now, the thing to point out about this card is that it is obviously homemade.
Oh.
It's a homemade card, and I couldn't work out what it was. I think you're right, Mr. Duncan. It's a close-up of Santa Claus's or Papa Noel's stomach with his belt.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. I'm too close to the camera. Ho, ho, ho.
So a lot of people make their own cards now.
I've left my camera set up from Chat Roulette. Ho, 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 ho.
By the way, are there any flights to France, to Paris at the moment?
I've no idea.
Because
Well, the problem is at the moment, all of the customs people at the airport are on strike.
the baggage handlers... Oh, no, it's
No,
the,
it's the
the customs people.
yes.
Yes, the border force.
The people that check your passports, they are all now on strike.
They're on strike because otherwise, Lewis, we would be on the next flight over
Would we?
to Paris. Yes, because Lewis, I'm sure we would probably have time to get there. Lewis has got shrimps in the oven.
Ugh.
Now, you don't mean small people, do you? You mean are those creatures that live in the sea.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we used to call people that were, let's just say, smaller than average. We would say, "Oh, you shrimp," meaning a small person. Now we don't say that anymore because obviously it's incorrect to say things like that. So when you said we have shrimps in the oven, it immediately made me think of very small people. But of course, what you meant was those wriggly little pink. Are they crustaceans? I think they're crustaceans.
Are you okay?
Invertebrates. No, they're not invertebrates because they've got legs. That live in the sea. So shrimps in the oven, smoked salmon.
Yes. What is smoked salmon, Steve?
It's a fish. I think shrimps are crustaceans, aren't they?
We should start doing our English lessons for 5-year-olds, I think.
Salmon as an entree with champagne and lamb.
Okay.
Quick, send a helicopter over, Lewis.
Well, you know, in France, food is the most important thing in life. Food and meals.
Sure there isn't a third thing? No, anyway, right.
What? I think Steve has been drinking the cooking sherry.
Yes, what Magdalena says. What is Tomek? Tomek says he's cooking and he hasn't got time to look at the live chat, although he obviously does have time because he is occasionally making remarks, which is fine. So what are you cooking, Tomek? Or has Tomek already told us and I haven't looked?
So I think it's sentences.
Fish in veggies. Fish and vegetables. Not quite... I've got to say, I would give Lewis 9.5 out of 10, and maybe 5 or 6 out of 10 for Tomek. Yes. So if there was a flight available to Amsterdam, well, not Amsterdam, Amsterdam, Netherlands rather, or to Paris, I think I would take the Paris flight at this point because the food looks quite nice at Lewis's house. I think I'm going slightly mad, Mr. Duncan.
Are you okay? I think Steve has been cleaning the bathroom and he's been inhaling the bleach.
I've been inhaling a lot of bleach and cleaning fluids, Mr. Duncan. It's made me go a bit round the bend.
I think so.
If you go round the bend, it means you go a bit mad.
Yes. Here's another. Shall we have a look at some more cards? I think people are very interested to see our cards. So here's another one.
Yes, Christina. The tradition of writing Christmas cards is still going on in the UK, although we haven't had so many as normal years, but that's because the Royal Mail have been on strike.
Yes. and people don't like us anymore.
Is there anyone that's actually working in public services in the UK?
What do you mean?
The border forces are on strike.
Yeah.
The health service are on strike.
No, they're not.
Well, they were.
Not today.
Not today, no.
No.
But pedantic.
You did say today, by the way. You said
The
who's
border
on strike?
forces, the post, the rail workers, all the public services, they're all going on strike for more pay. But anyway, carry on with the cards, Mr. Duncan.
Thank you, Steve.
I don't want to hog.
I mean, most people aren't working anyway because it's Christmas, so they don't need to go on strike. Here we go. Then. Here's a very traditional scene. We have the snowman. We have the lovely cottage with the red door. Season's greetings again.
Red door again.
A very common. Well, I think red, of course, is always used around this time of year. I wonder who this card is from. Let's have a look. Oh, now this is from our very rich friends. We have some friends and they're very, very rich.
Ah, well.
But this card doesn't look like it's from anyone very rich, but they are.
They always used to send us the most beautiful, expensive cards every year. And I've noticed the last 2 years they've been downgrading the quality of their cards, which is fine. Maybe they're giving some away to charity. But look at that one. That one is a charity card.
Well, it's for more than one.
I know, I was about to say that. So if you buy that card, then they will give a certain percentage of the profits to those charities, and there's a lot of them on that card, so they're not going to get very much each, are they?
No, but if 1 million people do it, then they will.
But true, but it'd still be better if it was only just one charity.
Okay.
But there you go. There's another. You're not showing the cards anymore. That's fine.
No,
Awesome, says
I'm
Mosen.
going to show another one in a moment, Steve.
Rosa. Oh, Tomek's in Poland at the moment. That's a bit far for us to go. Borscht, dumplings, delicious cabbage, mushroom. Well, you don't like mushrooms. Oh, well, I don't know. We'll have to do a bit of a tour.
As I understand it, borscht is a type of vegetable. I believe it's a type of thing that you can prepare, and it goes very well with dumplings and cabbage and mushrooms, the mushroom fillings.
Interesting thing about Poland is that they are predicting that in 10 years' time, Poland will have a larger economy than the UK.
Oh, who cares?
Well, I'm just saying it. It's interesting, Mr. Duncan.
Don't ruin everyone's Christmas.
I'm not ruining everyone's Christmas. It's very good for Poland.
We don't want to talk about politics, and we don't want to
I'm
talk
not talking about politics. I'm just stating what I read in the paper and on the internet. That because of everything that's gone on, they think that Poland will have a larger economy than the UK in 10 years' time. So that's where we're going to be moving to.
Where?
Poland.
I don't think we are. I don't think we're moving anywhere, are we?
I'm joking. You know what I mean.
Yeah, these jokes today are really firing well.
Beetroot soup, you'd love that.
Beetroot soup. I don't like beetroot soup.
You will have strange coloured urine.
Yes, borscht. Yes, I remember there was a guy on YouTube many years ago.
Is that how you say it? Say it again.
Sorry?
Pronounce that again.
Borscht.
Oh, is that right, Tomek?
Yes, that's right. Go on. Tomek is going to say, Mr. Duncan, you've pronounced it perfectly, because I know how to pronounce it. So shut your mouth.
I'm in a chatty mood today, Mr. Duncan.
You are. You're in a very strange mood.
But Rosa, look at what Rosa's cooking. Roast pork loin.
Oh,
that's got you interested.
Yes, I'm always into the loin.
Lasagna. Rice with raisins. Caponat. Not sure what that is.
It all sounds nice, except for the raisins.
Lettuce salad. Vegan tender, couscous and pudding, plus parve as a dessert. We always have on Christmas Eve. Yeah, lovely.
Tomek says my pronunciation was perfect. Spot on.
Damn.
You see.
But what is it? Is it vegetable? I don't know what it is.
No, it's beetroot.
Ah, right, okay.
Tomek literally told us what it was.
Well, Magdalena says it's not vegetarian. It must be if it's beetroot. It must be.
Well, there is meat as well, so there probably is some
right,
meat in there somewhere.
Right, fine, lovely.
Well, normally, when you think about it, dumplings are normally made with animal fat anyway. So, yeah, so there must be some animal in there.
I like beetroot. It's very good for your beetroot. If you are somebody who likes doing weights and goes to the gym a lot.
Is that what that is?
I'm just indicating. This is
that,
Steve.
This is Steve when
weights.
This is Steve when he goes to the gym.
Well, at least I try. I don't go to the gym anyway.
I'm lifting the weight up. It's very heavy.
But yeah, it's apparently there's something in beetroot that replaces electrolytes or something. It's very good. Beetroot juice is very good if you're a bit of a workout person.
So what is it?
Workouts.
It turns your pee-pee red.
It does go a strange colour.
Yeah,
yes,
that's the only thing to remember. Remember that. Next time you have a wee and it's red, just make sure that you haven't had beetroot.
If you haven't, go straight to the doctor.
That's it. That's always our choice. Our advice, if blood is anywhere except for inside your veins, go to the doctor. Another card, because I'm feeling very festive. Oh, I like this one.
That's a nice one.
This is beautiful. Whoever...
Why don't you... Yeah.
Why don't I what?
Can I do something?
Does it involve me taking my clothes off? What's... I don't know what's going on there. Why did you do that?
Well, because when you're showing one card, the other one's being seen straight away. There's no element of surprise taking place.
Okay.
That's a beautiful card, Mr. Duncan.
And it says winter. And as you can see, a winter view. And they look like snowdrops.
Now, that's a very high quality... That's probably the most high quality card that we've received.
It's beautiful.
It's on beautiful, thick paper, embossed paper. And I would say that card is probably around £3 or £4.
That doesn't actually sound very much.
Well, it is. Yeah, but anyway, who's that from? Who sent us that beautiful card?
So this particular card came from. It came from your sister.
Oh,
yes.
Well, that's not surprising.
Not surprising. So Steve's sister, 3 cars in the driveway and a swimming pool. So that's why.
Just in the drive. Yeah, so that's a high quality card. No expense spared. No expense spared. Look at the embossed paper there.
Yes, that is very high quality paper.
What's the make of the does it tell you who made that?
Yes, Art Angels.
Art Angels. It's even got the artist's name on there.
Printed in England. Are you? That's
incredible.
Are you impressed?
In that case, it's probably £10 a card.
Well, that's what I meant. I think this is a very expensive card. We should take this to the antique shop tomorrow and have it valued. It might be worth, well, £10.
Well, it looks like Tomic's is going ahead now in terms of the place to go to eat, because they're serving 12 different dishes.
Sounds good.
And for Poles, Christmas Eve dinner is very important, and most of it is vegetarian, apart from fish. Well, that's I didn't know that. I must remember that for next year. But there we go. Look, Rosa's cooking caponata. Oh no, caponata is vegetables roasted as eggplants.
Oh,
we love eggplants
very much.
Red, green, and yellow peppers. You're not so keen on that, but I like those. So it's wonderful to know what you're doing whilst watching us or while watching us. Do you say while or whilst? Or can you say either?
In British English, you say whilst. In American English, most people say while.
So, right. So whilst watching us, you are cooking meals. Or if we're in America, whilst watching us, you're cooking your Christmas Eve meals. Correct?
No, well, I'm not sure what that was.
and raisins as well. But you can take the raisins out.
Yeah, take the raisins out, pick them out. That's what I do. If I ever eat a meal and there are things in the meal that I don't like, I just pick them out. And if we're in a restaurant, I normally give them to Steve. And Steve always complains because he says, don't do that. Don't do that. That looks so terrible. If I don't like the food on my plate, I will give it to Steve.
Hello, Luca. Luca Arietti is finally here, gets to be on one of our live streams.
Good. Hello, Luca.
I love your streams, but probably we're on at the wrong time for you normally, but maybe that you're not working today and you've got nothing better to do, so you decided you would watch us live, which is wonderful.
I can't think of anything better.
No, to have... Yeah, that's it. Well, it's good that you watch us anyway, even if it's not live, so thank you for that. Any more cards, Mr. Duncan?
We've got loads of cards. Here's another one. A beautiful landscape. You have... This is... I would say this is sort of... It's not realistic, would you say?
No, it's a sort of collection of... Well, yeah. Yes, it's depicting a sort of a mountain scene.
It's slightly surreal.
Slightly surreal. It looks like that all the people playing in the ice are about to fall over and break their legs.
Yes. So well, they're making snow angels.
Oh, are they? Oh, yes. So
they're not falling over. They're actually making snow angels.
I can see it now. But yeah, that's...
It's not nice.
Yes, it's a sort of nice evergreen trees there, some houses.
Yes.
Although no roads to the houses.
Let's have
how you...
well, it doesn't matter.
I
Here
know.
we go.
We shouldn't... Yeah, okay.
No?
Oh, Andy and Karen, yes. So, again, friends from work.
I love the way Steve is really nervous. To Steve and Duncan from Andy. Love from Andy and Karen. So, they're once again, work colleagues.
Yeah, work colleagues again. Well, Andy is. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Duncan. That's the dust from all the cleaning in the house.
I hope you enjoyed that cough. If you were listening with headphones.
Yeah, exactly. So lots of people don't like raisins. So in Sicily, we add olives into the caponata and some sugar and vinegar.
Yes. I don't like olives either.
And Magdalena in the Czech Republic, they're having carp, which is fish, of course.
Now, are you noticing what I'm noticing, Steve?
A lot of these are food-heavy comments.
No. A lot of people are having fish.
Fish, yes.
So I wonder if this is leaning towards a traditional thing, because we don't do it. We don't have fish at Christmas here.
Christmas Eve, well, it seems that it's definitely in Poland. It's traditional to have lots of vegetables and a fish meal.
France?
Obviously, Lewis is he's having fish, but that doesn't mean it's a tradition, but he's having that. Smoked salmon, of course, is fairly traditional in the UK. Lots of people will buy sliced smoked salmon because smoked salmon is expensive. And I remember when we grew up, you would only really buy it at Christmas because it's so expensive that people would buy it at Christmas as a treat. You wouldn't normally, certainly when I grew up, you wouldn't eat smoked salmon unless it was probably Christmas or you went out for a very expensive meal.
Actually, that is a really good point. I'm glad you said that, because quite often at Christmas you would treat yourself to something. So I remember my family, because as you know, I want some sad music here playing in the background. Of course, I was raised in a poor family, not like Mr. Steve with his big silver spoon in his mouth. I was raised, and we would always treat ourselves at Christmas time to something that we wouldn't normally have. So maybe some fresh meat, or maybe some fish, or something like that, cold fish, or maybe a big bag of nuts.
Yeah,
my mum and dad used to go crazy for the walnuts.
Yes.
My dad would be there sitting on the sofa, cracking his walnuts
Ooh.
Very noisy.
Yeah, well, nuts are always a big tradition in the UK. They were. I don't think they are so much now. It's the only time of the year you would buy Brazil nuts. What did you just mention?
Walnuts.
Walnuts. And there's another one we used to buy as
Almonds.
well. I think it was mainly walnuts and I've forgotten already. What was the other one?
Walnuts.
Brazil nuts.
Brazil nuts.
And because walnuts are like the round ones with sort of, and we had this nutcracker.
Ooh. Ooh.
Dad would always buy this big bag of nuts, but the nuts were still inside the shells. So that was the thing. You didn't buy the nuts in a bag already taken out of their shells. You always bought them in the shells.
Yes.
And that was part of the fun, was trying to crack the shells to get the nut out inside. And there was a skill in doing it, because the walnuts, if you were too heavy with the nutcracker, you'd smash the walnut inside. So you wanted to try and get the walnut out almost whole.
Yes.
Because they're a very complicated shape, aren't they, walnuts?
Yes. Well, the only difference, of course, Steve used to just break them with his bare hands.
Because my hands are like murderers' hands.
Yes. Steve's got giant hands. They're like
powerful.
They're like a bunch of bananas.
Yeah, and but of course the real tough ones for a child were the Brazil nuts. So the Brazil nuts, they're almost very, very tough, dark shells, and they were very hard to break open. And you normally had to bash them to get them open. It was always frustrating that you couldn't just crack them very easily. Obviously, I could with my super powerful fingers. I'm joking. But that's probably where I developed my super strength in my hands, was, I don't say anything, was cracking nuts at Christmas time.
Yes. So you would grab the nuts very tightly and squeeze them as hard as you can.
Now, can I ask, does anybody out there watching, listening today, do you still crack nuts at Christmas? Walnuts, Brazil nuts? Do you do that? Did you used to do it, or do you do it now? Because it used to be quite good fun. You were watching television and you'd have a bag of nuts and the nutcracker, and then it would make a mess everywhere, because when it broke, the shells would go everywhere. But does anybody do that anymore? I don't think they do. We don't. You just buy them now, ready out of the shells. But yeah, we'd like to know, do you still crack nuts at Christmas? Does anybody still do that? Christmas meal, Eve, is an important meal for Portuguese people, says Lewis. It seems to be for a lot of cultures and countries that the Christmas Eve meal, from what I'm getting from Portuguese, Polish, certainly, that it's, if anything, is it more important than the Christmas Day meal? Good job it isn't for us, because we wouldn't be here. Tomorrow we're going to have to really get our act together.
Can I just say, I think tomorrow is going to be the most hectic Christmas we've ever had, because we've got to get up early, we've got to open our gifts, but I think it might be a good idea to save something for the live stream. What do you think?
We could do, yes. I don't mind.
I think so. So I think we should open at least one of our gifts,
okay.
Which of course means that there might be more than one gift. so that's a good start already when you think about it. So yes, I think tomorrow we've got to get up early, open some of our gifts. Then we have to prepare our Christmas meal. So I might actually do a little bit of recording of us preparing the vegetables, and then later on, 2 p.m. UK time tomorrow, we are with you on Christmas Day. We are giving up some of our Christmas Day to share it with you, and I hope you will join us tomorrow.
And we will enjoy it very much. Yes, they do eat nuts, not just at Christmas, says Vittoria. We do it quite often. We crack nuts and dried fruit, but not just at Christmas. So Lewis says yes as well. I think I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that again, because it's just the problem is when you buy them unshelved, so out of their shells, as Olga says, that's a good phrase, unshelved, then you eat more of them, don't you?
Well, yeah, I'm not a big nut guy, to
You
be
don't
honest.
like nuts?
I don't really like nuts. Sometimes I tell you what I like. I like cashew nuts.
Aha, you do like cashew nuts.
I always think that cashew nuts are often overlooked and underrated, but
Well,
I love cashew nuts.
They're normally the most expensive nuts, aren't they? Of all the nuts, cashew nuts are probably the most expensive. But I think the problem is, and when we used to go to Malaysia, it was a tradition. Do you remember even we noticed our friends in the evening, one of our friends said that their father, and I think it was quite common, used to like, so sunflower seeds, they would literally sit there just taking the seeds out of the shells. Of the
I tell you where else they
sunflowers
do that. Where else they do that? China. Chinese people are crazy about sunflowers inside the pod. So they sit there and they normally bite them with their teeth and then take the seed out. So if anyone is watching in China, yes, I know. I've sat there with a Chinese family when I was there living in China, and they were all eating sunflower seeds, and they were biting them and then taking the small seed out and eating it.
Christina does. And I think that's the best way to eat nuts, because nuts are very fattening, aren't they?
Yes.
Nuts and seeds are very fattening.
Yes.
Like peanuts, anything like that. So if you force yourself to shell all the nuts yourself, then it takes a long period of time. You will eat less of them, because it's very easy with cashews. Just pour a handful of cashews or peanuts. Pour a handful of them into your mouth, and you've eaten them. And that would take you probably an hour to shell all those individually.
By the way, can I just say, the word shell can be used as a noun and also a verb. So the shell is the outside, the hard outside, or we can say the hard exterior, and the process of removing the shell is also called shell. So you shell something by taking off the shell. So the word shell can be used as a noun and a verb.
Very good, Mr. Duncan. You see, we're not just pretty faces, we're teaching English as well.
Yes, well.
So yeah, I think if we Olga uses walnuts for cooking. Yes, there's walnuts are very nice. Walnuts apparently are very good for high cholesterol. Although they give me indigestion walnuts, but they're very good for cholesterol, which sounds like an oxymoron, doesn't it? It sounds like it wouldn't do, because they're high in fat.
By the way, an oxymoron are two words that are used next to each other that don't seem to fit together. They don't seem appropriate to use together, because they often have opposite meanings, or one will take away the meaning of the other. So an oxymoron, it's a bit like saying, I don't know, honest politician. No one says that.
Very good example, Mr. Duncan.
An honest politician. It's impossible.
There's no such thing.
It's an oxymoron.
Those two words together are an oxymoron, because it's obviously not true.
That's it.
I should have been a politician. I'm very good at lying, Mr. Duncan.
You are.
I am very good at that. Yeah, I'm very convincing.
The only problem is you're also very good at being caught lying.
That's true. Right. Yes, shell could be a verb. Yes, there we go, Victoria. Always learning something here. True, we're not just pretty faces. We're joking when we say that, obviously, as well. Walnut, a cake that is quite common in the UK, but not that popular, is coffee and walnut cake. coffee and walnut. For some reason, that is a combination in a cake, which is not the most popular of cakes. Normally, people will go for like a sponge with a filling in it, but coffee and walnut is a more expensive type of cake. But for some reason, coffee and walnut go well together in a cake.
I don't normally eat cake, so normally I have something like sponge at Christmas, I mean.
Right.
So it's very unusual. You know what they're talking about now in the live chat? Of course, a lot of people during Christmas will sit down and watch television. Quite often they will watch a movie or something like that. Apparently a lot of people will be watching Die Hard.
Oh.
A very popular movie. A little bit violent for some people, not for the children maybe. But, of course, a lot of people say that Die Hard is a Christmas movie because there is an element of Christmas in the actual movie. But I wouldn't say it is a Christmas movie, but it feels like one.
Not in the traditional sense.
No.
You would think of a Christmas movie of being... Well, what would you think of
with Santa Claus?
Santa Claus in it and sort of lovey-dovey things going on. Romantic sort of, yes, Christmas lights, people celebrating Christmas and other things going on. But lots of films have become associated with Christmas because they tend to be shown a lot at Christmas.
Yes, the other one, by the way, many people are mentioning is a British film called Love Actually, which has become... a very popular Christmas movie as well.
Yes, and Murder on the Orient Express.
You always say that one.
Is my favourite film at Christmas. It feels Christmassy because there's snow in it.
Yes, and it has nothing to do with Christmas.
Nothing to do with Christmas, but it always is shown at Christmas time, so you associate it. When you see Murder on the Orient Express, for me, it always says Christmas is here, as do James Bond films. Now, when we grew up in the 70s and 80s, they always showed James Bond films at Christmas. And the reason is these were blockbuster films, and the networks like BBC, ITV could only afford to have them put on at certain times of the year. So they would buy these expensive films to put on at Christmas time, wouldn't they?
Well, there was always the excitement of seeing a movie, a cinema film that was being shown on television for the first time. I remember when they showed Star Wars for the first time. I think it was in the late 80s, in the late 1980s, and they showed Star Wars, the first original film, for the first time on television, and it was a huge event. Of course, nowadays, no one even cares if a movie from the cinema is suddenly shown on television. No one really cares because we can watch them at any time, really.
Going back to nuts, Magdalena gets the shelled nuts from her father.
Oh.
He's retired and has time to sit and open them. Well, maybe that's something I can do now I'm retired.
Yes, I can see you sitting in your armchair holding your nuts. Definitely.
Lovely. Well, we've been on for over an hour already, Mr.
1
Duncan.
hour and 15 minutes. We're going to show a couple of more cards and then we are going, because we have the rest of our Christmas Eve to do things, and I hope you will have fun as well. Here's another one, Steve. Here is another Christmas card. Again, artistic.
Very colourful.
Quite abstract, I would say. An abstract
That's
card.
abstract, yes.
Yes, very nice. It's not lovely. And I think this is also from one of your friends, Steve. Oh, yes. Your friends, Julie and Phil.
Julie and Phil. So Julie is an ex-work colleague of mine from a previous restructure.
Yes, from many years ago. And I suppose it's fair to say that Julie and Phil are friends of both of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's nice. Have a nice, relaxed...
and there's a lovely message there as well.
Thank you very much for that.
No, it's not there. You didn't...
Well, it's there if you want to freeze the screen.
Yes, but it's blurred. It'll be blurred. Don't worry.
It won't be. Okay.
It's all right.
Right, what was I going to say there? Yeah, Nitram Hello Nitram has referenced the happiest season of all with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings, which is obviously from the Christmas song by Andy Williams that I have performed and recorded for a set of Christmas songs that we did last year. So well done for remembering that, Nitram. Lovely.
It's the most...
Sorry, I must go. Tomorrow I won't be live, says Maria Giovanni La Rosa. So wish you, Mr. Duncan, a very happy, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
And hope to be there on Monday. Are we here on Monday?
We are.
We are, of course we are. Yes.
We are, hopefully, if the weather is good, we will be live outside. We will be in Much Wenlock Christmas Fair under the Christmas tree. There'll be nobody else there because all the shops will be closed, but we will be there with our own little Christmas fair. Mr. Steve and myself, we will be live in Much Wenlock Town Square on Boxing Day. And of course, tomorrow, I don't think, I have a feeling, Steve, there won't be many people with us tomorrow.
I don't know. We let's wait and see. We'll be here, and we would say whatever you're doing, it'll be better with us. But we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, we'll be here. So if you want to be here and you want to have some fun and some laughs, then join us, and we'll have a lovely time.
Yes, it sounds good to me. Another card, and Mr. Steve will be looking at the live chat, and then we are going in a few moments. It's another one. Oh, no, I like this one because it has some nice crafting. Look at that. So that there is actually real. It's a real thing. So it's not printed. That's actually real.
It's got a 3D effect.
It's very nice. Isn't that beautiful?
A 3D effect.
So this particular effect is a snow globe.
A snow globe, which has been featured in an advert all over television this year. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, shake up the snow globe, and then the snow will fall inside the small little constructed environment.
Mm-hmm. And this is a very. Some people, when they send cards, they don't put anything else on, Steve. They don't put the names. They just write their names.
Again, another work colleague,
Yes.
an ex-work colleague from many, many years ago, still keeps in touch. That was used to be my manager.
Wow. So sometimes
For
when
many
people write
years.
cards, it's quite interesting to note that. Sometimes people don't put the name of the person they're sending it to. They just write their name. I think it's so they can do it quickly. I think that's the reason why they do that.
And it means if they get the envelopes mixed up with the cards, it doesn't matter.
That's it.
Have you ever received a Christmas card where it wasn't sent to you, it was sent to somebody else? Because what happened was that whoever wrote the card out accidentally put it in the wrong envelope, which just shows you if you're writing out lots of Christmas cards, you need to do them one at a time and put them in the envelopes. But I have done that.
Oh.
I have written a card out for somebody and then put it into the envelope, and then because it's in an address book, I've then just put the wrong address down that was to somebody else. I have done that.
So the person has received the card, but the card inside is to someone else.
To somebody else, because I've written the wrong address on the front, because you've got a list of addresses in your address book, and some of them might be a lot under M, for example, or T, and you've got to be very careful when you're writing out. I mean, some people would say that was a stupid thing to do, but
a lot of people would say that.
Yes.
But if you are in a rush, and many of us are, we were in town yesterday, weren't we, Steve? We went into Much Wenlock
We did.
to buy a couple of things, some vegetables, but we noticed that everyone was driving around in their cars like crazy things.
They were agitated. They were, let's just say they were, driving very erratically. They were rushing.
Everyone was in a rush.
We saw a couple of near accidents because people were pulling out. They were in a rush. It's always stressful at Christmas time if you're working and you want to get gifts for people. You've got to get the food. It always gets the build up to Christmas is always stressful.
It is.
I always find it stressful, even this year, and I haven't been working. I still found it a little stressful. But, and people, you notice people's frustrations and people's tiredness and anxiety and frustrations coming out on the road. If you're going to see that anywhere, it's going to be out on the road. So people are rushing. They don't look properly. They pull out. There's nearly an accident because people are rushing. And you see that we nearly saw a couple of accidents yesterday.
Yes, people were just not looking.
We were in the car waiting to go off, and people were just taking risks, more risks than they normally would do.
I think that's what happens though at this time of year. A lot of people do leave all of their preparations to the last minute, so they end up rushing around like a crazy person.
Still a lot of people with us at the moment, Mr.
Yes.
Duncan.
Well, I think a lot of people want to share their Christmas with us, and we are sharing our Christmas Eve. So can I say, I hope you have a super duper time wherever you are, and I hope you have a lovely Christmas. Talking of Christmas, which we are, this is a nice one. Now this is, if you ever want to send a Christmas card to me that will make me smile, always send one with a robin or any animal, except for a cat or a dog.
Cats are not associated with Christmas.
Isn't that lovely? Now, whenever I think of winter, there is only one bird that I normally think of, and that is the robin. Isn't that beautiful? A beautiful card. And yes, another charity card. And this particular one is for the Alzheimer's research in the UK. A very good charity.
So all the money from that card will go to that one charity, not to lots of charities.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
I love robins. I think they are one of the most gorgeous, if not the most violent. They are quite violent animals as well.
They will defend their territories.
They will. They'll fight to the death.
Vociferously. There's a new word. Vociferously.
They will. They are one of the few common garden birds that will fight to the death.
Yeah,
it's quite amazing.
With appropriate music, that would be quite
okay.
Good,
is that okay, Steve? Can I show this one to Stephen Duncan? Merry Christmas! Looking forward to seeing you in 2023, Alan. There you go.
So that's somebody who isn't an ex-work colleague, because so far, most of our cards have been from work colleagues or ex-work. Well, strangely enough, I haven't had a single card from work colleagues that I've only recently stopped working with. They've just been texting saying, have a happy Christmas.
I would imagine that they are all busy with their job or busy trying to find another job.
Yes, Francesca. Cats are often connected to the devil. Yes, I agree.
Especially black ones.
Evil little creatures.
Black cat. If a black cat passes you, goes across your path, some people believe it's good luck. Others believe it is bad luck.
They think literally millions of birds in the UK are killed by cats every year. And of course, cats are not an indigenous species, so they're not. There were never cats here in the UK until they were brought in artificially from other countries a few hundred years ago, no doubt, when people were going around in their ships conquering other countries. Brought cats back with them.
You might say that dogs are the same as well. Many dogs were bred overseas and brought here as luxury items.
But they don't kill birds, so, no. Well, they're not very good at catching birds, are they?
They just have their giant poops.
So, yes.
In the street.
I would say I'm anti-cat. I think probably when my mum and dad used to send me for piano lessons. It sounds very posh, but I used to be sent for piano lessons.
Yes.
And the lady that used to, the teacher that I went to was quite elderly. She was like a Miss Havisham character, which is from a Charles Dickens book, isn't it? Great Expectations, I think.
She is the lonely bridesmaid, or the bride who was left at the altar.
Yes.
And so she decides to close her curtains and live forever in her dark house, still wearing her wedding dress, and the wedding cake in the corner of the room, slowly rotting away.
Anyway, she was elderly. She was a bit mean as well. She wasn't particularly nice piano teacher. I didn't like her. She used to scold you.
Did she slam the door of the piano onto your fingers?
She only really wanted to teach people that were very good at the piano because she was a concert pianist. She was very good, and I wasn't a very good piano player, and so she treated me a bit meanly. But what she had cats, so you would have to wait in a room. She would have a pupil in before you, and you would have to wait. And she had 3 or 4 cats that would suddenly spring out at you and scratch you for no reason. So they'd be on the top of a settee, and then they'd suddenly leap on you and scratch your legs. And I used to be living in fear when I used to go for these lessons because she had these horrible cats that would just attack you.
See, I know what the problem. I know what the problem is, Steve. You're just jealous because the cats could play the piano better than you.
Well, that's true. Yes, yeah. They used to get their little paws on the keys. Today I saw a kingfisher, says Magdalena. Oh, how lovely!
Beautiful birds.
Very rare birds to see. Those are kingfishers. You must have been near some water.
They're quite timid.
Well, Mr. Duncan, are we staying or are we going?
Was that a moment of silence then? That was a very rare moment of silence.
What have you got here, Mr. Duncan?
Oh, yeah, this is one of my little traditions at Christmas. I was going to show, because of course we were talking about food earlier, and what better way of finishing today's live stream than eating one of these. These are beautiful. They're little marshmallows.
Can I have one?
You can have one if you want.
You get one out of there, Mr. Duncan. I am quite hungry, Mr. Duncan.
So these are lovely. They are biscuit at the bottom, and then inside there is marshmallow. And actually, what am I doing? I've got a camera here, haven't I? Wait there. Well, there it is. There it is. A marsh. Isn't that lovely? So I will unwrap this so you can see it. Yes, of course. I must have a camera nearby all the time because it's very useful. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So I will take a bite. Let's have a little bite of this.
Mr. Duncan. Not quite as sophisticated as... look at that. That's biscuit on the bottom, chocolate on the outside, and sort of a fluffy... What would you call that in the middle?
It's marshmallow.
Marshmallow, whatever that is. It's sort of eggs and sugar, isn't it?
Isn't that lovely? Oh, that's lovely, that is. I like that. So I often buy these at Christmas. So that's the reason why I'm eating them now, because quite often at Christmas I will buy these, and
they're quite nice. So look at that. They're quite old, these. The company that makes them was established in 1890. And it's still a family business, according to this. So, lovely. Creamy. I think that's eggs. Whipped eggs. So it's a bit like... You know when you make a lemon meringue pie? That's like the meringue before you bake it in the oven. Eggs and sugar sort of whipped up on a biscuit base with milk chocolate on top.
Delicious.
Those are nice, Mr. Duncan.
Very nice. I might have another one in a minute. We are about to go, by the way.
Right.
But I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. Something a little different today. Something unusual. I hope you've enjoyed today's lovely Christmas Eve live stream. We were here on Christmas Eve. Can you believe it?
Yes, well, thankfully, I've got not a lot to do now. I've wrapped most of your presents. I've done all the cleaning. The house is spotless. If you do a lot of cleaning around your house, you can say, my house is spotless. There's no spots on the glass, on the floor. It's just a phrase you use to indicate that your house or whatever it is very clean, like your car. My car is spotless. Or you might say to somebody, oh, your car is spotless. Just means it's very clean. I can hardly pronounce that word, spotless.
Spotless.
No spots. It's a phrase you often use to describe something that's very...
What's wrong?
You've got marshmallow all over your face, Mr. Duncan.
Have I? Oh, like that.
You know you have. You've done it. You've done it deliberately. Best before. I love it when they put best before on cakes and chocolate because there's no way it's ever going to get to the point where it's outside the expiry date because you're going to eat them well in advance of that. But what is the expiry date? Just let's have a laugh. It doesn't actually say.
Well, it should be somewhere anyway.
We're not really interested.
Anyway. It's time to go. It's time to say goodbye.
See you all tomorrow. You've got to be here, by the way. There's no excuse. We don't want any excuses. Whatever you're doing, family, forget them. We come first.
You have
I'm
to
joking.
You have to tell your family tomorrow. I'm sorry, Christmas has been cancelled.
Yep.
We are going to spend our day with Mr. Steve and Mr. Duncan.
If you're cooking, someone else is going to have to take over. If you're got relatives around, they'll have to entertain themselves or put us on.
Yes.
With your relatives.
You could sit around the television or the computer, or if you have a nice Christmas present, maybe someone buys you a new mobile phone or an iPad or a tablet device, and then you can watch us. We can be the first thing that you watch.
Exactly.
On your new device.
And if you were going to watch a Christmas film or the Queen's speech, for example, we'll have to forego, not the Queen's speech, it's the King's speech.
Yes.
The traditional...
It would be amazing if it was the Queen's speech.
The traditional royal address at Christmas
the
at
Queen,
3 p.m.
The Queen's speech from beyond the grave.
Perhaps she's recorded some for, in advance. I doubt it.
My husband and I are very happy to be with you from the other side. We are with you on Christmas Day from heaven.
Or somewhere else. But yeah, it'll be King Charles's first Christmas address. They call it an address. If you address somebody, it means you're talking to them.
Yes.
You address the crowd.
You're directing your communication towards a person. You address them. Apparently, he's already recorded it.
They do it in advance or in advance.
I think that's cheating.
Yeah.
They should do it live like us. We can do it live, so I'm sure the King of England can. We are going now. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream.
Yes.
And we are back with you tomorrow on Christmas Day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope Father Christmas buys or brings you exactly what you want.
Maybe some people watching, it's already Christmas Day.
It might be. It might be in some places, especially in Asia.
Yes, and maybe Australia, New Zealand, maybe Malaysia. I think they're 8 hours ahead, so probably not just yet. But it's very close to being Christmas in some parts of the world.
Yes.
Whereas when we go on, it might not even be Christmas yet in some places. But anyway, right, babbling on.
I have no idea what that was.
No more comments that I wish to take out of the live chat for now.
And on that eloquent note, we will bid you goodbye for now. We will see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. UK time. Have a super Christmas Eve and have a great Christmas Day. We will be back with you tomorrow. Don't forget, Christmas Day, 2 p.m. UK time is when we're back with you. And until tomorrow, enjoy your festive moments. And we will see you very soon. This is Mr. Duncan and
Mr. Steve
in England saying Merry Christmas, enjoy yourself. And of course, until tomorrow, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta,
Ta-ta
for
for
now.